Allan Aguirre. Oh, I don't have any lights on. Bam. Okay. Hey, Allan Aguirre with your Incorruptible 2-minute warning. It's Friday. Let's go to Friday mode. Boom. Here we are. Oh, no mic. Allan Aguirre. I'm not even going to bother telling you why I'm so discombobulated, but I obviously am. It's not bad stuff. Good stuff. Allan Aguirre with your Incorruptible 2-minute warning. It is Friday. We're in Friday mode. Yeah. Okay, so I will not be doing this all of next week. I just simply can't. As I explained before, we've got a bar mitzvah coming, people from out of town. I mean, it's just crazy. The next week's schedule is so, well, the next 2 weeks. Next week's, it's so crazy. No way I'm going to be able to do this with any sort of no. So that the content doesn't suffer. So we won't be doing this. And in case you're wondering, Monday night is canceled. The Monday night gathering is canceled because of the insanity that I'm about to enter. Well, not insanity. It's just really, really busy. Lots of family stuff. And so, you got to take care of family. All right. Hey, but we're going to go over a few things real quick. I want to reiterate what Paul is saying here at the very top of chapter 9. He's bearing his soul. He's like going, man, well, let me just read it. He's saying he's speaking the truth as one who belongs to the Messiah. He does not lie. And it's also bearing witness is my conscience governed by the Holy Spirit. How his grief is so great, the pain in his heart so constant. Paraphrasing the complete Jewish Bible. Verse 3, that I could wish myself actually under God's curse and separated from the Messiah, if it would help my brothers, my own flesh and blood, the people of Israel. Moses said the same thing. Moses said, you know what, blot me out of your book of life if it's going to help these people that, these stiff-necked people that just will not cooperate, not because they can't, but just because that they won't, right? Moses did a similar thing. I mean, it was very messianic of him to do so. Paul's saying his heart aches for his people Israel because they won't cooperate with Messiah. They were made, continuing with verse 4, they were made God's children. The Shekinah has been with them. The covenants are theirs, the giving of the Torah, the temple service and the promises. The patriarchs are theirs, and from them, as far as his physical descent is concerned, came the Messiah who is over all. But the present condition of Israel does not mean that the word of God has failed. This is where the anti-Semitism in the church fathers, the anti-Semitism in the church is so, you can't do that and believe and say that you're in alignment with God and his spirit and his Messiah and all that and be anti-Semitic because of their rejection of the word and because of the rejection of Messiah. It doesn't work that way. It suggests that God doesn't know what he's doing and he couldn't handle it himself. And he couldn't. Remember what Moses used to say? Don't kill these people. The Egyptians will hear about it. They'll literally say that you were unable to complete the task of bringing us into our promised land. It's the same thing. Paul, we're going to see in the next couple chapters, Paul basically saying, look, if this hadn't have happened to Israel, if God hadn't allowed this to happen to Israel, by allowing that to happen, he made room for you, the Gentile. But there's rules and conditions. There's rules of engagement. You can't be arrogant. You have to understand the hierarchy. Israel is the tree. You're grafted into Israel, not the other way around. They support the root. Like he says, the Messiah is theirs. The temple, the promises, the covenants, the giving of the Torah, the patriarchs, the spirit of adoption, it all belongs to them. It's not a Gentile thing. For not everyone from Israel is truly part of Israel. Indeed, not all the descendants are seed of Abraham. Rather, what is to be called your seed will be from Isaac, because that's the son of promise, right? I mean, it goes, Hebrews talks about the line. Jesus doesn't come from Levi. He comes from Judah. It's a different priesthood, not a different Torah. Okay. It's just really important to understand this. Now, here's what I want to look at something here, and then we're done. Because I did a nice rant on Tuesday or Wednesday, I think it was. There's a supernatural piece to all of this that most people forget, or most people aren't. There's a whole spiritual realm piece to faith that a lot of people lose out on because they don't have a supernatural spiritual realm reference experience. We're talking about things that go bump in the night. We're talking about, think about it. Angels, the various types of angels, the various form of angels, the various ministry of angels. Then you have archangels, what was it? C.S. Lewis's Out of the Silent Planet, the space trilogy, the main character, Ransom, which is an amazing name because he becomes a ransom for all, just like Jesus, right? Anyway, it's an amazing trilogy. But when the angelic beings, the Eladil, manifest themselves to him, they're going through all sorts of manners of transformations, and it's almost killing him because only the human mind was only able to perceive or comprehend some of the visuals, and they finally got to a visual that he could comprehend and not die by viewing. But he said that they're probably one of the reasons, and the Eladil looked like he was traveling. Like if he was traveling through space-time or dimensional realm in order to be seen, he suggests maybe that's why angels always look like they're in flight with wings and all that, because they're actually traveling in order to be seen in our time-space continuum. Okay, things like that isn't something you find on a Sunday morning. It's very rarely even spoken of in Bible studies. Pastors don't talk about the spiritual realm because they simply just can't. And it's hard to unpack because there's a level of ignorance, obviously, as we see in the Bible, a level of ignorance when it comes to people of faith, a lack of understanding, comprehension, retention, that type of thing. So maybe that's another reason why people avoid it. Either way, I like this thing. I wanted to touch on this. Verse 35 from chapter 8. Who shall separate us from the love of Messiah? Shall tribulation? We have tribulation, right? We can have tribulation in our day-to-day life. We can have tribulation in seasons of our life. But then there is coming and what's known as the Great Tribulation, where, boom, Revelation, or distress. We could be messed up, or we could be tripping out on our relationships, our marriages, our children, our finances, our health. How about persecution? We're not necessarily seeing, we're not in the United States of America today. We're not seeing people being dragged out of their homes, beat up and thrown in jail or in holes because of their faith. Not yet anyway. But they are censoring what you're allowed to say. They are censoring what you can speak about. If you just can't. If you went into, I don't know, a mall. I'm not sure. I haven't done this in a long time, but preaching like a street preacher, the various things that are considered sin in the Bible could get you in trouble. It could be considered hate speech. Something could happen there. That's definitely a form of persecution. How about famine? Not having food to eat. Supply chain. No more food, no more water, no more chickens, no more beef, whatever. Famine is going to cause some interesting dynamics, or nakedness. And I'm thinking, I haven't looked it up, but this could maybe mean homelessness, being so down and out that you're naked, or danger, or the sword. As it is written, then he quotes Psalm 44:22, for your sake we are being killed all the day long. We are regarded as sheep to the slaughter. And then he says, no, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him who loved us. Verse 37. Verse 38. For I am sure that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor rulers, right? You have to think about Ephesians 6. You have to think about Genesis 6. Nor things present, nor things to come, nor powers. So, fallen angels, angels that are rogue, powers, things present or things to come, rulers, Ephesians 6 type stuff, even things outside of our dimensional norm, dimensional realm, our earth realm. Those entities, those beings, whether they're alien, whether they're demonic, whether they're transhumanism, whether it's other dimensional beings. Allan, do you believe in all that stuff? Well, you don't? Not even that stuff. Not even what's coming. Not even the beast or the image of the beast, the inanimate object that's going to be brought to life. Not even the Antichrist or the false prophet. Not even those things, or whatever is released from the abyss on earth, on the earth realm. Not even that stuff. Nor depth, nor height, or anything else in all creation. See, that automatically takes it out of the earth realm, people. When you say neither death nor life, angels, rulers, things present nor things to come, nor powers, nor height, nor depth, nor anything else in all creation, that automatically took it out of the earth realm. That took it out of the human realm into another realm, an under the earth realm, an above the earth realm, a supernatural realm, a spiritual realm, a multidimensional realm. That's what that does right there. Not even those things are coming. Not even those things that will be able to separate us from the love of God in Messiah, our Adonai. That is freaking rad, right? I mean, that's amazing, because that's why we say what's coming is ancient, but we serve the Ancient of Days, so we don't have to be afraid, because regardless of what dimension they might be from, regardless of what spiritual realm they might be from, Adonai, Elohim, Malek Halam, King of the universe, is in absolute, complete control and is absolutely sovereign. Man, and I am 1,000% in. All my cards are. I am fully in. As for me and my house, we will serve the King of the universe. All right. Hey, Shabbat Shalom. We will talk to you Tuesday morning on the Chameleon Church Show. Ciao.
The views and opinions expressed during our broadcasts are solely those of the broadcast producers, hosts, and/or guests, etc., and are not necessarily the views or opinions of the Travelog Network, its sponsors, or affiliates.